Hello everybody and welcome to Super Smash Brothers Part 4!
It's a very appropriate intro, I would say. And we're starting with Mario, always a good choice.
Yes, we are... I may have explained it in Part 3. If I didn't, we have to get all the characters, and we got Ness, Captain Falcon and Jigglypuff by doing the objectives we need to do, which would be normal with restock, beating the game, period, or in under 20 minutes, and then beating the game. I think period is Jigglypuff, so it's just beating the game. And now we have to beat, break the targets with basically every character that we had. I think you only need to do it with the already unlocked characters. Like, I don't think you need to do it with Ness, Captain Falcon, or Jigglypuff.
You better start off with
I'm not 100% sure. I don't think you need to, but in any case, whoever you do need to do it with, you have to reach a certain time limit. It's like 20 minutes or something. So, that's what we aimed to do.
I know it's been noted before that this is recorded on an emulator. Because I can tell you're having a hard time with the precision jumping in this game, because when it's on a keyboard, it's freaking impossible to get it just right.
Oh, I think the 20 minutes, by the way, applies to not just break the targets, but I think for the platforms as well. Or whatever the time limit is supposed to be. I remember as a kid when I had this game, it must have been some, like, you know, difficult time that you needed, because I remember trying to do all the break the target stuff, and I couldn't get the required time limit to unlock Luigi, and I had to get one of my friends to come over and like do some of them for me and like unlock Luigi.
Oh, I
couldn't do it. I don't know, it's weird.
Hey buddy, could you come beat this game?
That's how it was back then. You just
man. No,
I can't beat this game. Come here and beat this for me, you know? There's no friggin' internet or action. Or as a kid, you couldn't afford action replay, and plus, why would you use that? It's stupid.
Yeah, Shark. Yeah, no, I remember those days.
Game Shark was sick.
By the way, I had Game Genie growing up with the Sega Genesis when I had it. I never used it once properly, because I never had any codes, and I didn't even understand how it worked. So, I didn't know you needed codes for it or something. I'd pop the game in, right? Put it on top of the Game Genie, and the Game Genie would give me options or something.
Right.
When it didn't, I used to just try and like, okay, A, 2, 2, 3, you know, I would just guess stuff. Something would happen, and nothing ever would. And so I never actually used the Game Genie. It wasn't until I got a Game Shark that I actually was able to use codes, because I got the manual. Which comes with its own second sad story, because if you don't know, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time had multiple release versions. Versions 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, I believe. For some jackassery reason, every Game Shark you could ever buy was whatever Game Shark you had, and every okay, if you bought a Game Shark, it's like the Game Shark had versions as well or something.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
But every version of the Game Shark was unmatched with every manual of the Game Shark in terms of Ocarina of Time. I bought 3 Game Sharks, and every time I looked at the manuals in order to put in the codes, and it never worked. I could never get any codes for Ocarina of Time to work, because I didn't have the right Ocarina version, or the right Game Shark version, or the right fucking manual. Nothing would work. And I literally bought 3 Game Sharks. I couldn't get one that would work for that game.
Dedication.
So sad.
Oh man. That's what we had to go through back in those days, man.
Yeah.
That's why PlayStation was the best.
I guess was there a Game Shark equivalent for PlayStation?
Yeah, there was. There was a Game Shark for PlayStation. You
Really?
plug in right to. There's 2 of them. There's a disc-based one, because before they had a port on the back where you could just plug it right in. It was just this external machine thing, which is awesome. And then the disc-based one, which is off your memory card or whatnot.
Okay. Very nice.
So
Did I talk about in one of the other videos about PlayStation when it first launched, the commercial? I talked about that commercial.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
It's like how they already had every peripheral they'd ever make already ready for release when the system released. Like they had 8-player. I remember the 8-player add-on early on in PS1, and that's something that they had from the beginning. They already thought we're gonna have to have 8-player for this.
Thought ahead, man.
PlayStation is amazing.
Well, Super Nintendo had some of those sick multi-tap games.
Yeah, so did Genesis, but Genesis only had it ever for one game, and it was only for like European version, and you can only ever. It was this most hardest thing to get to work. It was for like what was it? Mecha. It's for like it was a racing game with like trucks. I forget what it's called. Micro Machines, I think.
No, you got you had what? Warriors? No, what's that? Lost Viking Heroes.
Lost Viking Heroes.
Have you played that one? The one guy, all he does is block, and the other guy does
No.
jump, and the other guy.
Why the hell did
attacks.
I show that? I guess I didn't edit any of this. Maybe this is all unedited, and I show every failure and every success.
This is a real sketch, dude.
I'm doing this shit in real time.
Alright.
That is how you do it.
Well, I wanted to say, you know what I really miss about old school gaming is in-game codes. I used to love that shit when you put a game on and it'd be like, I don't have a Game Shark, but so what? Just do A, B, B, up, down, left, right, A, B, start. Oh, look at that, I get 10 lives. You know, like old games used to have that all over the place.
Yeah, new games don't have cheat codes anymore. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So a lot of
The
new
only
games
one that still
are easy
has
enough
that is like
to-
GTA and like games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, a lot of newer games are easy enough. You don't even need cheat codes.
Of course, I think the most infamous of those codes will probably come from Saints Row the Third, but with the make everyone a zombie hooker or something like that, as well as the 8-foot dildo or something.
Yes.
Hey, have you seen their new? They have the new gun, the dubstep gun.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
Makes everyone.
The gun to it whenever you hit him, when it goes.
Yeah, it just plays music and everyone just starts dancing.
Does it like when you have? Does it do it? Do you know if it does it when you have it out or when you swing it?
Oh, it's when you pull it out and you start shooting it, everyone starts dancing. And
So
people
it's like when you swing, when you use it, it plays music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
That's interesting. I love to see that in a game. You just see a guy walking, just you pull the thing, it's like bow, and he just starts dancing on the spot. It's like just doing like the shuffle. I love to see that in real life. I just pull out a thing and it just plays music. And someone just like, you will now dance.
That'd be a pretty sweet superpower. I would only use the forces of good, though, of course.
Yes. Like winning dance-offs.
Exactly, winning dance-offs. That's as real as it gets, dude. Oh, man. I don't know. Just talking about those old school games, and I know you just touched on it where it's like, oh, hey, can you come to my house and beat this part for me? I mean, God, I remember those parts. But what I think gets me the most was just the days where it was either pre-internet or very early internet, where a lot of it was just based on speculation. Everyone.
Yeah, it's like I know, like when they say this happens in this game, and like the most like game companies, developers can't get away with putting secrets in games anymore because people delve into the code and shit up on the internet, and it's like the secret that was in God of War with the telephone call. If you watch, you'll know about that if you watch Pop Fiction.
There's a telephone call in there?
It's like a number. You have to do a specific sequence of things that gives you a telephone number where you can have a conversation in this meta sorts with
Very nice.
the main character Kratos. Yeah, and it's just very interesting, right? And it's like they purposely refuse to reveal any of that because in this age it's so hard to get away with putting secrets. Same thing with Mega Man 9 and 10. I think Pop Fiction has it right when they say there's nothing about it. That either it's like they said the 9999 rooms is like you reach the end of the timer or something, or that Capcom's just lying about it. I would believe that because I don't see what could possibly be hidden. Although they did say nothing. So. Yeah, but it's just like you can't hide things in games at the point anymore, you know. So it's like.
It's a very, very different age, but I just remember that. Everyone remembers, like, in Super Mario 64, oh, can you unlock a Luigi? Well, if you look at the star thing in the courtyard, you can see the blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's silly now, we all laugh at it, but back in those days, you were kids, and you couldn't really know because there was nothing to look it up, I guess, unless you had a strategy guide. But even some strategy guides weren't complete, so...
Is it like games, like, those on Nintendo Power magazines?
I never got those, but I knew about them.
Oh, yeah, you did. No, I remember those days, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss some of that. Because, I mean, as much as I like having all this information available to me, I also kind of miss that speculation and that wondering, oh, what if this, this? I mean...
I always had a personal rule when I game that I still kind of use to this day, that if I buy a game, I'm forbidden to use the internet to look up anything until the game's beaten.
Right.
Beat the game, preferably 100%, but if I could beat the game, then I could look up a cheat or this or that, or find stuff. And usually, I will beat a game first before I look up anything. I won't look up a fact or walk through or anything. And then when it gets to stuff like, I cheat more now than I used to, because like when I get to games like Mega Man Star Force 3, and to get the certain 100% unlockables, it takes so much time because it's just a rare occurrence, and it's like, oh fuck, just give me the act replay, make it happen. And there's only one game I've ever really cheated on to beat, and that's I bought the Mega Man Zero collection, and I beat 1, 2, and 3 legit. And when I got to 4, I had just been playing them so back to back, I got so tired of it, and it was so friggin' hard, I just said, I don't care, I gave myself like infinite jumps and like, I just cheat the fuck out of it.
Some tough ass games, dude.
I only cheat.
Spoilers, Mega Man dies in Mega Man Zero. The real Mega Man. And the real Zero.
And the real Slim Shady. I can't even fucking talk, I'm so excited. Oh no! I was gonna say Mr. Platform, I don't know if you can get back up at that point.
Donkey Kong! No, I'm gonna try and do the Donkey Kong 64, Donkey Kong, the TV show.
How could you mess up with Donkey Kong? He's
missing no platforms! I haven't seen the show in so long, is that even close? Do you know the show?
I remember it very vividly.
I only know Donkey Kong's voice. The only voice I remember him having in Smash Bros. Is where he goes, and he doesn't say anything. What does his voice sound like in the show? I gotta look that up again. I haven't seen that show in so long.
I'm sure it has not aged very gracefully.
No.
I remember all those obscure shows that nobody else really remembers.
Oh yeah, no, I remember it. I just don't want to.
I used to have one of these. I had a Super Mario like Bros 3 show, like VHS. I had one, and it had an episode, and it was like, and then it had like back.
Oh no!
I don't know what I was doing there. It had like back behind the scenes with the artists or something. It was bad, but it was interesting.
Yeah, it's nostalgia. It's supposed to be bad and cheesy. Talking about Donkey Kong, I remember there was one time, I'm not usually a big advocate of emulators, but I remember one time I got bored, found an emulator for the N64 and downloaded the ROM for this, and turned off the timer, and then played in that Race to the Finish mode, and just beat the shit out of the Polygon team until they got up to 59. But I was doing it as Donkey Kong, and I found that if you hit one of those fighting Polygon things with a fully wound up Donkey Kong punch, when they're at full 999 damage, they'll fucking go through the wall and die when you hit the limit.
That's awesome.
I was like, it was like they disintegrated or something. It was so damn cool.
It reminds me of, I saw this thing, from like, I think it was like Did You Know Game or something, but then they were looking at Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and it was like, if you hack the game to take away the, to make it so like Eggman, when you get into Launch Base Zone, the first boss, Eggman appears from when he leaves. If you make it so he can't leave, if you hit him like it was like 250 something times, he'll actually die and make the popping sound and turn into a creature like normal enemies do. So he'll go, and he'll die. It's just funny.
Well, and probably that 255 thing, it's like we were talking about earlier, when the number rolls over, the game doesn't know what to fucking do because it reads it as a 0 and then it freaks out and crashes. So,
yeah.
Those data limitations were pretty real back in those days. Nowadays, not so much, but still, it's exploitive.
It's amazing what people could put out on systems when they put out, like, the games that had not even a megabyte of size. It's amazing what they were able to put in them.
Seriously. Look where we've come now. God, megabyte of data, that's like half of a sound effect, maybe.
It's me going, on my sound
like,
that's a megabyte.
Yeah, 1 megabyte, that's like a fifth of the readme file.
I know, yeah, if you notice, like, almost every early game never had sound files. Because sound files are the things that take up data. So what the NES and the Genesis and all those things would do, they would have to play MIDI files. So the game would actually be in real time playing music through itself, as opposed to playing music through a file. The game itself would be playing the music through a program within the system that would, make the MIDI file, playable. And so then it would put in just like the code, play like this, and then the game itself would be the thing that's making the music happen, if you know what I mean. and that's how they were able to save space on that, which is pretty clever.
I think that's how chiptune artists create their music, is that they just use like a Game Boy and use the sound chip in that, or a Super Nintendo. It's pretty common.
Yeah, I saw a thing on like ScrewTech. There was a guy who turned an NES into like a piano or recording system or something like that.
Well, now they have that new NES Super Nintendo thing out. It's like both systems in one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it's called though. One of my friends has one of them. And
Yeah.
it's pretty dang slick. I don't know how, like, I was with him when he bought it. I haven't heard from him if it's actually any good or not, but it's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
What's its purpose though nowadays?
Oh, so if you want to buy like old games without having the old systems, because it's hard to find some old systems that work. So it's like the old system that works perfectly fine. Like, you know how I still have the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo still hooked up in my room.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to find a
Did
regular
you find
Nintendo.
Gunstar Heroes yet? Did you buy it?
No, I haven't found it yet.
Did you look for it?
Yeah, I was looking for that one. I'm also looking for Carmen
Wait, didn't we
Diego.
find Gunstar Heroes, but you wouldn't buy it because it was like $40?
No.
I thought we did. No, I found Gunstar Heroes. I found it. It was at York. Remember I called you?
Oh, yeah.
But you wouldn't buy it because because you were like, I was like, it's like $25 or something like that. You're like, I don't know.
Not terrible.
It was something like that. I found it though, and I said, you know, if I want, I could buy it for you. You can pay me back. And he's like, nah.
I should go ahead.
$25. That's a relatively hard to find game.
It was either between 25 to 40. I think it was somewhere in the 20s though.
No, I think it was in the 40s. Cause I paid 25 for it. I wouldn't pay 40 for it.
Yeah, but it's like one of the most popular
Oh.
games on the system.
Yeah, but there's.
It's like there's three kind of games that merit price values differently. Well, I should say that wrong. There's three kind of categories when looking at price. There's is it a popular game, which would bring the price high of it because of demand, so you'd make about $40. Is it a rare game, which would bring the price maybe also to $40 because it's not so common? And is it a bad game? A bad, not rare game would be like $25, like Carmen Sandiego. Or let's just say it's not popular and it's not an amazing game. But if it's either rare or, popular, it's probably gonna be a little more money.
Just contemplate this pause screen. Okay, now we're good.
You shall revel in my real-time play.
No editing, baby. Oh no, that still works.
That's how Snagglepuss does.
Donkey Kong was giving you some trouble though. I guess I was seeing that.
Exit, stage left even.
Donkey Kong is the easiest person to play in this game, man. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, he's masterful. What with his sliding, what with his ability to slide in the air
Again?
and then ice physics upon landing.
That has screwed me up more times than I would like to admit. I know the landing.
This is one of the hardest ones, by the way, Alex.
No, this is the easiest.
He doesn't say anything about Battletoads. He's in such denial.
I was had a hard time with Jigglypuffs and what's the other one? Jigglypuff was the one that gave me trouble.
Ness?
Ness was kind of tricky. His platforming in general was kind of tricky, but that's probably because I'm not.
People hate on Lucas so much in Brawl, and I'm like, you're idiot.
Oh, I love
Lucas is amazing. He's miles better than Ness in every way. Lucas is a powerhouse too. Like his psychokinetic attacks are like as strong as Falcon punches. I swear.
Fucking crazy.
Like Lucas has a bat which does better and quicker melee damage to people.
Lucas has the stick.
Yeah, no, but the bat does more damage and it does it faster. Ness's has like knockback better, I think is what his has. Lucas's PK Thunder is easier to control and it goes through things, so you can do more damage through continuous hits. As well, Ness's side, what is it? His down B, the one that does that wave that's impossible to hit with anyone, that like charge attack that you have to absorb in the air.
Well,
his is better there, but Lucas is useful. He's got a PK freeze. Lucas's PK fire, I think, is also better because I believe that one's horizontal, where Ness's is diagonal.
No, it's horizontal. Well, it depends on if it's in midair.
Oh yeah, and of course Lucas's. I mean, the yo-yo sucks. It sucks.
I don't know.
I'll take the psychic attack over that any day.
I would agree with you, but it seems like when it's used against me, the yo-yo kicks the dick off of me. So I don't know. I'm terrible with this.
Horrible knockback and damage.
It's like, I don't know. It does really well against me, man. I mean, I feel a lot more comfortable with Lucas than I do.
All I know is Lucas used to be my main until I found out that Link was actually in this game and still good, but under the form of Toon Link. And then I was back to maining a Link character.
Actually, I really like both Links, but
my only flaw in Toon Link is when I try and do my spike attack, which if missed is death. The down.
Yeah,
it's great if you hit someone, they go flying down. But if you miss, which usually is what happens, you're dead.
yeah, it's hard to come back from that at that point. Yeah, this is a hard platform to angle yourself just right. Okay, you bouncing off that wall, giving poor Ness a headache.
I get it.
It's about time.
We're nearing the end of the board to platform.
Skeleton. Remember we were stuck on Donkey Kong for 5 minutes? Yeah, good times.
Memories.
Oh man, that was awesome.
I remember you so well.
I love that last ditch effort. Fuck it, I'm throwing an egg.
It works in brawl.
Maybe I'll hatch into another Yoshi that'll continue my quest. My next of kin.
It's Yoshi's story.
Oh man, I remember that game. I still have it actually.
It's so funny. The Yoshi's Stories theme in Smash 64 is great. It's what's that one? It's I forgot how it goes now. It's the one that plays with Yoshi's Island in the game. But in Yoshi's story, it is they use the Yoshi voices. Oh, it's the one that goes ba 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 ba. You know that one?
Oh yeah.
That's the one that plays in the game here. But when you hear it in Yoshi's story, it's like it's like shut up. It's so annoying to listen to. I challenge someone to try and listen to the Yoshi Story version of that song and get through the whole thing.
Oh shit. Oh, you could have gone through it again.
Well, I go through the whole course again? If I have to do that, I might as well restart then.
Yeah, it's quicker the other way. Oh, well. I don't know why I'm talking to past Bloodbird in the, like, who's...
Ask me, why don't you think?
Because he's already recorded the video, so it's like, talking to it, it's like I'm talking to a video that's already
been past us plenty, don't worry. There will be plenty things we'll want to say to past yous and past me's.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be plenty of times where I'm shouting at myself on the video screen, going, no!
How could you miss that? It was right there!
Yeah, I've done that to myself more times than I've actually been.
I watch Tobuscus. I've been watching his Minecraft playthrough, and I kind of can't complain because it's Tobuscus. It's like watching Game Grumps playing. Can't you just play the game properly? You know, like that's the anti what they're supposed to do. But I watch him and I'm like, how did you miss the diamond? Or how did you do? You know, like I thought he wanted it. He kept getting lost in his home. So I'm like, you know what you should just do? He should just build a tunnel. He had a compass, right? And he was hoping it would show him the path to his new house. But all it did was show him the original spawn points. So I thought the best solution was go to your old house, dig a few squares down, and just dig one continuous straight line following the compass all the way to the original spawn point.
That makes sense.
Because you can follow the line straight to it. So all you just do is dig continuously right to the spawn point, and then if you ever die and go back there or whatever, or you're just there, you find the spawn point, right? And then, because your compass will show you the spawn point, and then you have this long tunnel that leads directly to your house. And instead, he built a bunch of towers with torches on them that had jagged edges, so it's pointing in a direction.
That's one way to do it.
It was so funny. I was just watching it today though, and he was trying to get a diamond pickaxe, and so he finally gets the pickaxe. And in a matter of seconds, as he gets the diamond, I should say, in a matter of seconds, as he gets the diamonds he needed. It was when he forged the pickaxe. 2 seconds after that, a creeper comes up and explodes and kills him, and he lost all his stuff because he couldn't find his body. Stuff is hilarious.
I've actually never watched this video, I'll admit.
He's funny. I don't know how he manages 3 channels and all their content though.
That is a lot of
The
stuff.
uploads.
I assume he's a full-time YouTuber.
Oh, of course. If you can look up the people's stats for YouTube accounts, like on there's a website that'll show you like what they make, projected earnings, all that stuff, and it shows like lowest earnings to highest earnings. Like you could be earning this to this. He earns just by the projection of the lowest point $1,000 a day on just his game channel alone.
Sweet.
That's
gig.
just his game channel alone.
That's impressive. Ad revenues, serious business.
Yeah.
More power to him, though. It's a pretty sweet gig.
I have a feeling Toby Turner will be in television. I don't mean the annoying orange. Will be like real TV or real movies sooner than later.
Think so?
Well, he's already on TV in animation, and he does a lot of other stuff with people. Plus, apparently, he knows the guy personally who plays Aquaman in Smallville.
Really?
And that's a couple of videos where he was doing stuff with other celebrities. The guy's he's up there.
That's kind of cool. It helps to have people in high places, definitely.
That's right, Alex. And that's the other Alex. There's something
Yeah.
more popular than you.
Can I have your autograph?
I do actually give out my autograph if you want one.
Oh, sweet.
He just has a $50 surcharge.
I'll drive over to Canada to get it.
What you don't understand though, what he didn't tell you is his autograph comes on a signed naked picture of himself.
Well, that's what I was going to give him to autograph anyway.
No, it's a classy one with,
Can I just say,
Skin
who's
rug.
asking for your autograph and who are you giving it to?
I give tons of them, man.
That's not an answer, that's just a who do you,
Ooh,
I said who do you give it to?
people who ask.
And people who don't ask.
Wait,
just
didn't I
gives
unlock
them.
Luigi? Oh, that's the end of the video. Well, that was part 4. So, we'll continue
go.
our rambling conversations in part 5, where I will play random melee matches and just,
Melee?
yeah, it's some random versus matches,
There
sorry.
you
You're gonna correct my speech. That's it, I'm ending this damn video!
go.
Goodbye!